And, of course, as well as being super sleepy and doing Factorio, very important, you got to get all the fish. Because that's like the most important thing you need to do in the game, is collect as much fish as possible. And that's might have been what I was doing for most of the time while Countdown was up. It was just collecting fish, as you do. I mean, that fish counter is going to increment on its own, so got to work towards that. Work towards filling it up. I think it's actually getting close to the highest it's ever been. Yeah, 90k I think is almost up to the same level as the 12k base. Because that one I think had around 100,000 fish in it in the end. Don't remember now actually. Railbus might have got up there too, I don't remember. Anyway, zoo to the map. Hello, and thank you for those random bits.
Random bits.
Or the handum bits, according to the text-to-speech. How we doing? There he is. There's that Veldak. And there's 10 whole gifted subs right there off the bat. Thank you very much, Eagle Wolf, for the 10 random subs. And as Veldak very much is already on it, show some love and snugs and hypes for 10 random gifted subs. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate that. Now, that's completely derailed me. Yes. What was I doing apart from fishing? Oh, yes. So the grand scheme of me fishing before those 10 gifted subs came through was to gather fish, which in turn had the side effect of building a battery build. Yes, so it was like might have been 40k in the rail bus. Wasn't that? I did do a fair bit of fishing, but it wasn't that much. Oh yeah, I may have also ghosted down some trains, just 1 or 2 trains here and there and everywhere. I should update you guys on what else has been going on in this base, because so while everything else has been going on, I mean, it actually finished expanding conveniently, which is nice of it. Power has been expanded since last time. Before we pasted it down and then we ended. Steel has slowly been growing too. It's continuing to grow in the background. There's not really much to see with it, so I just sort of grow it as I do. And it's actually running. It can actually run 120,000 steel per minute. Also, the chests are removed now. And yeah, this thing will just continue to grow in the background. It even has a loading now, but this thing's actually backwards. Summarizing everything else, there's been a few odd little tweaks here and there. I actually discovered that these oil trains can actually sit here for a very long time, so there's actually now a little toggle imaging. I think this is set so that it won't allow trains to come until it has at least 800,000 in it. Oh yeah, did I paste down the labs again? I think I did. Yeah, I did. They're all done and complete. They're actually ready to go now. So the roboports are all divided up as they should be again. Got their bot network jiggers all set up. We've seen this done a million times, so I didn't really feel it necessary to go through the whole process again. Same thing again. It's got a decider here to only request a train, 1 unit of train. Assuming that was actually set, and of course it isn't. Yeah, so this thing will set train stop limits as long as there is less than 9,000 available. So I probably should raise that actually, come to think of it. That's actually very low. That is actually incredibly low. I have a feeling I did this to one of these and then I meant to copy it and then I didn't. Set. Yeah, that's very much a one-job situation right there. Like Dark Bad Kitties coming in with that host. That's not a bad decision. This, however, not doing this is a bad decision. That almost could have been interpreted very poorly. But But also, hi, how you doing? Hello. Yes, so these things, this is a complete distraction from what I'm supposed to be doing. These things here. Yeah, 9,000. That should be more like 40,000. Because that's 1 minute's worth. It also occurs to me, if I was smart, I would actually say C. I'd say you, C. C. A C. C. And C. And finally, wouldn't you believe it, C. There's no reason in particular that I chose C. It just happened to be a number I chose. And then we plug that into there, and then we say C is 40,000, like that. And so now you can set the limit by one constant combinator instead of by 7 individual numbers. It's like eliminating a magic number in programming, that is. One downside is I'm now going to have to run over there and build that constant combinator. Strangely enough, the end one's actually turned off. Is that because program differently? Set train stop limit? No. No, it just lost the train stop limit, that's why. That's why. Or did it? Or did I not? I thought I hovered over this one and checked it and it said, I don't know, maybe I'm going insane right now. It's entirely possible that I'm completely losing it. I am rather tired right now. And like Veldak's message 5 minutes ago or something that I still haven't responded to. How have I been? Sleepy is the answer to that question. Very sleepy. I intended on staying home today, and it's a good thing I did. I was tired and then had a headache early on. It's actually fortunately cleared up a little bit now. Also a bit kind of, I don't know, it's actually concerning me a little bit kind of woozy all day. I don't know what that means. That concerns me. But on the side note, going back to the game, I need to now go over there and build all those constant combinators because I removed the ability for it to place constant combinators. Also, these trains are built. Now these trains, well, except for that one, these are all new copper trains because so this is another little thing that's been going on in the background. As I've been going along and turning things on, it's been increasing the demand in the number of trains. And so I've had to keep adding more and more trains as we go along. Okay. I also noticed that this patch is getting rather small. This patch is getting, 42 million is still a fair chunk of copper, but it's getting small. And that's basically all the copper there is being mined right now. I need more copper mines. I think it should be a third one, I think. Yeah, down there. That one's 82 million, but it's not enough on its own. It's like too limbo. Oh, not even. It's just barely a thing. The other thing I wanted to do was paste over these. Little. Yeah, just a little. Yeah. Yeah, about that. The other thing I needed to do was set the train stop limits on these because earlier, just before starting, I had a massive train jam here of iron trains, which we fortunately managed to clear. As you can see now, this means that these trains will back up at the loads, which isn't terrible. I think this thing can only stonk up 2 anyway. And then they'll start backing up here after that. Yeah, these are backing up because the copper outposts are full. So yeah. Now have a corporate summer greeting call for the first agenda in diversity and inclusion. I haven't read the agenda further and decided to as an excellent choice right there. What else I up to? I think I tidied up some stuff here. There was some stuff missing. Like I think there was some wonky track. Yeah, we got that going. That's so I sent some trains to. Yes, that's right. You didn't see it, but I sent some trains to it. It's nothing much really exciting. But, we're in the wrong hole. Yeah, we need grenades and wall to come, as well as productivity modules. And there's that skull getting drummed like we want to see. Excellent. Yeah, we need to get the 4 things going for the military and production science. We also need to do this. I did some pre-prep, figuring out what to do here, and added a 6th platform here, so that's all more or less ready to go. We just got to fill in the boxes there, fill in the blanks there. But the reason that we're actually out here, apart from this train jamming, 6? It's a lot of trains. How did you get 6 trains? 2. 190, should be like 80 on 192. Ah. Ah. Should be like 60 or something. Like that one. Yeah, 60. That explains a lot. That would have been a hangover from the older system. Go there. You'll have 6 out of 3, of course. You can't escape. You go back to hold. You go back to hold. And you go back to hold. And you go back to hold. Now, please. Thank you very much, Lee. Still hoarding 3. You're 2 out of 3. Okay. Go to another outpost. No. There we go. Yeah, and that should send it back around to here, hopefully. Yep, they're going to unjam this, and everything should come back to normal now. Excellent. Next step is a little bit of landfill. So yeah, the grand plan is to, as I was saying like 20 minutes ago, was to gather fish with the side effect of building a base for batteries out here. That's why there's that battery symbol here. Who'd have thunk it? I'm going to aim for about there, I reckons. That should get it relatively out of the way of everything. Now, conveniently, my rail blueprints has landfill in them, which is handy because there's also this landfill train here. Such luxurious features you get these days. It's funny considering that I was reluctant to add it in the first place, but I committed to it in the end, and it paid off. As the fish counter? What did I say we're at? I've already forgotten. I mean, it's looking good. It's getting up there. I've never actually filled this thing. We're at 90k. Even the grid, I was reluctant at first, but it was worth adding. My reluctance, was completely irrational, in all honesty. And it's better off this way. Alright, we'll go a little bit further out. Like so. Eh, not the fishies. A little bit too far out. Very important that. Can't murder the fishies. Need to harvest these fishies. Add them to the fish counter. How can we grow the fish counter if we murderate all the fish? Bam. Oh yeah, I can't actually unload any more fish. Right, you, please come out here for me. Even though I've marked it up there, I'm probably going to bend it down a little bit. In fact, I might even back a step. 2 even. You know what, I'm going to go back 2. Like that. it's going to curve up like so. Heyo, get salty. How many minutes faulty? Faulty follow. Why? I can't words today, apparently. I'm just terrible right now. Wow, I don't even know how I managed that. Under 1 million again? Oh. As you can probably tell, I might be a little tired today. Headaches and 5 AM starts, like, even though that was yesterday, have that effect on you. Let's walk that a little closer. Schulte, hello. How you doing? It's alright? Excellent. Yeah, this thing won't actually be... I say won't. It shouldn't be that big. So 2... 3, I think? It's totally unnecessary, but I'm going to put a chain there. Just in case anything flies through, then it can choose which lane to fly through. It's kind of... What I'm putting in is kind of a stacker, but also kind of not at the same time. Because I'm going to use the trains... All of the builds, if I hadn't pointed out already, I'm pretty sure I had. We'll have request 2 trains at once. One which will sit in the station, and a second train which will sit behind that first train. Built you while half sleeping yesterday, off at the same time live again. Decided to pop in, head out. Oh, nice. And throw down that follow as well. Just noticed you got a sub from Veldic? Oh yeah, that was last time. That was... A lot of stuff and things happened then. That was wild. You. That one has what I want. 2 days ago, that one was. At least would have been. This is actually not as great as I thought it was. This blueprint thing that I wanted to blueprint. Yeah, how about instead I copy this here. This is 1 train length. It's funny because I used to actually have these memorized, all these train lengths. Like I could tell you exactly how many tiles I need in the red belt base. Those who are around and remember those days, really early days. I actually had all those numbers memorized, but that was only really for that specific length of train, 242. Like these, that's just a little bit. Oh, is it still? That's the other thing too. These things are so long. There we go. It is definitely true. I can assure you. Like yesterday, I went to bed at the usual time. I didn't get up again until like 9:30 or something like that. Ah, there's my train. You? So stop you. Let's add 1 more just for good measure, because I can. No other reason. And 1. And oh. Oh, thank you. Save. You gotta thank your autosave. Because if you turn your autosave off, you're gonna have a bad time. Because inevitably, you end up needing to backtrack. I mean, it's not like the bad old days where you'd have to reload a save when you die. So every train hit would be reloading a game, and if you turn your autosave off, it means potentially losing hours of progress. I think I don't know if you can tell, but I might still have some trauma from those days. So I realized that I do actually need even a fifth. We'll stick it there either way. As I can. Best koala emotes on Twitch. Right about there. Slightly above average player of Factorio, right here. Trying to make one Java software to use certificate authorities. No, I can connect it. We can connect the interweb server. Took you a week to solve. Punch in the face. The solution was simple. It's one of those, is it? There's not a junction, moreover. Yeah, this is going to be a battery build. Over here's a junction. It's I actually also did this wrong too. I'm doing well today. I'm just going to ignore the problem and pretend I meant that. Now, referencing back to our 8K megabase, we want this thing. Multius coming in with that follow there too. Hello. Did I already improve on it? Also, well, there's something in here. It's probably this. Yeah, it's the same thing again. Yeah, so most of this base is just being derived from the 8K base, vanilla base we did before this. So basically this is basically just the 8K base modded up. Where is the circuit? There it is. I needed two of these actually. Well, either way, this park's about there. Trains vendor, who is driving all the trains? Technically they're automated, as in they're self-driving. Because the research, good. Yeah, automated rail transportation. So automated trains. I was thinking railway, but no, unlocking railway only gives you the trains which you have to drive manually. Technically, although you don't technically, they're always self-driving. The theory, but before arbitrary train stops, or temporary train stops was a thing, you couldn't have them drive automatically until you built train stops. What the hell do I want? Some crap. Junk and stuff. This thing. Except, there's going to be a few exceptions, like doing that. Bot sandwich this time, that's fine. We'll mark everything else for upgrading. Also means we can scrap these in favour of much better substations. Don't forget to praise your substation. I don't praise the substation much anymore. That whole thing sort of died out. I guess it's due for a revival then, bringing back praising the substation. And lastly to there. Get rid of that one. Perfect. Now it's flashing. You're also built to the... Oh, you're actually... Yeah, you're built to the wrong standard anyway. Rido, coming in. Hadn't thought that part through. This is what happens when you do things when you're half asleep. Well, anyway, moving swiftly along, and hopefully with some train track as well. Yeah, it's all future me problems, isn't it? Oh no! That's bad. That's very bad. I think the damage is mostly reversible. Yeah. Oh, team meeting time. So, maybe I probably should go back to the thingy, to do the thingy. That would probably be a good idea. To this thing. And then it turns out I actually did a battery build already, and that would be amazing. I don't think I'm going to be so lucky. So, I need to adapt that. I've completely forgotten, actually. I need to adapt that to... things not available. Let's try that again. I need to adapt it to the 416s, because this is meant for 2.8s. Which admittedly was a bit optimistic for even the 8K base. Alright, batteries. Where? There it is. Right off the top. Must have gone all the way around with them. and he wins. Right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we did that mix thing as well, didn't we? Yeah, I'm not doing the mix thing this time. It does change things up a little bit, so like that'll go out to there. I was off by a tile, apparently, there. Can we just force upgrade this all in one hit? Yes, we can. Anything else? For anything else? No, good. Of course, this is going to make a horrible mess out of the initial wiring. I need to shut you off anyway, like so. Out the fluff. And this build needs to be longer yet. But we'll just need to make sure it actually works. For those who are unaware, the way this build works is we deliver it sulfur, raw sulfur, and load Arthrighty. Yeah, we deliver this build sulfur and iron and copper, for the iron and copper that it needs, and then it generates sulfuric acid on site. So that way we're doing all the builds do on-site sulfuric acid. Which is a bit of an, I guess, an odd one, but it's Mark 2. Why you upgrade to Mark 3? Interesting. I shake my fist to get that fixed. I suppose I could just look at the GitHub and fix it myself. That's a thing too. So yeah, so we have iron and copper, we have iron, copper, sulfur, can probably go in the middle. Actually, iron and copper, sulfur can go either side, it doesn't really matter. Doing late? What to do work is PC and took longer than planned? Not to worry. Black crap. Yeah, I'll hang on to that. I actually do want this crap. However, Yeah, batteries can sit there. Iron, copper, other crap. Do something like that. Chink. Let's see, what did I say? That one can be sulfur, your, iron. Limit these. I mean, it's a good idea to limit them. Very good idea too, but for the purposes of our exercise here, they're better off not being limited. So I'll build this as a smaller build for now. Nice and tight on the middle. 1, 2. I don't know if you can see that problem, but there's a bit of a problem there. There we go, that's better. Yeah, so sulfur, copper, iron, batteries. Iron. Oh. Somehow I managed to push that onto the end, even though I didn't really want it on the end. What's the biggest demand? Pick it on here. Doesn't say what the raw is. Technically it is sulfur. I suppose iron is actually bigger because it goes into there as well. Yeah, center's fine. This one doesn't matter as much. This one also doesn't matter as much. Of course, I haven't actually looked into how much of this crap I need. Alright, shift click that. 3, 3, sure. Yeah, I'm going to build this as a 8 wagon long for now, so 4, and then I'm going to press G to flip it. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then hopefully it still all works out. Does appear that to be that way. Now I just need to extend these and double their length. Hey Fallen Angel, how you doing? How's Megas doing today? Yeah, not bad. We're slowly working through all the builds that we need to, well, build. We're up to batteries now. Once we have batteries, we actually have yellow science up and running. Technically, we can do some research right now. Technically. That didn't look right. Oh yeah, it's a substation gap, that's why. Oh, yeah. Ah, fine. Just deal with it. One, two, 6, 7, and 8. Bringing these back into the equation. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this isn't quite right. Oh no, that is right. Yep, that's right. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wagons, and then right at the end is fortunately it doesn't. It only extends 12. So you can't see where it extends after that, but that sort of gets the point across. Something like that. Everything's good, a little bit hot here in France. Eating lunch, watching you, building a magnificent... Watching me build a magnificent megabase. Excellent. How is it? How is summer going over there? I've been hearing it's been a particularly hot this year. To there. Actually, I got a better idea because I actually have this thing. I also don't know how much of this I need. Because I have 9 million tabs open, I don't know where the factory lab is. 88 Fahrenheit, 31 degrees, south, 10 miles an hour, 16. Humidity's 41%. At least it's 31 and at least reasonably dry. That's bearable. I mean, it's hot, but it's bearable. Static zapping everything though. We need, so according to my Kajiga, we need 91 chemical plants. That's the thing. So that is 44, a little bit more makes 88. So one of these might actually work on its own. Especially difficult. Oh yeah, in the heat, makes the mask wearing a little bit tricky. 2, 4. 32 of them, yep, there is. I don't know if you can say weather for France, because France is kind of like a lot of countries, but not. Well, I shouldn't say like a lot of. I should say like most countries is rather big. I might need to be more specific. Paris is a little bit cooler in Paris, but it's more humid. So bad at this game. That's fine. I mean, I don't make any claims of being amazing. I just apparently are just good at making. Just through sheer persistence, I managed to make a base that does a lot of crazy numbers. Purely through sheer persistence. As anyone can attest for hanging around here long enough. I make a lot of mistakes along the way. I wonder if this can even handle the level of trainage that comes through. They are bigger. Better than me? Depends how much you want to get out of it too. It's like, I just, like, compare me and Satisfactory. I'm just not invested in Satisfactory. Nightbot people remove hell, did they? That was always a fun one. Didn't it always go to, that's a different one to normal. What I was thinking of. It's also humid there, or humider. That was a quick 30-minute thingy. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should also point out that these also can have an extra module because these take 4 modules instead of 3, because these are Mark III Kajigas. I'm also putting them over here, even though I'm probably going to completely delete that. One, 2, 3, 4. Whee! 1, 2, 4. Right about there. We'll pick you up, put you back down there. And that about there. Like there's there it is. I was looking at it, was like, I feel like there's a double up somewhere. Out there. I'll just use that gap that's already provided. I can fix these, like so. Just Control C and Control V, a few things here and there. You really, the tools you get in this game really spoil you. That go. That's meant to go somewhere. Probably not that important. I mean, this one doesn't go anywhere. Limit should be 90 minutes, but expected would be shorter today, and in the end, it was the only tours. Went to another. Oh, so it was doubled up on meetings anyway. That seems wholly inefficient. Move down one. Likewise, you move down, and you move down. You also move down. What I'm trying to do is pull these towards the center point, which is here, where possible. I think those, yeah, those. Right, next step is delete all that, delete all that. I'm going to need to get rid of these roboports, because this is meant to be a sandwich type deal. And so I can't have roboports hanging over either end. Bridging it, however you want to describe it. 12 and 13. Alright, so you need to get rid of one there. 12 and 12. I feel like there's an uneven number. 14 and 6. Yeah, there is an uneven number. What have we got here? 60. So I might reduce this one, 14. So you got to come down by 2. Tweak that. Make those disappear. Tiles, good enough, I hope. Yeah, 2 tiles it was, as it happens to be. Span out there, so that's needs to be like that. So now we have 14 and 14 for a total of 56. What was this? This was 12 and this was 12. I'll probably get rid of 2 either side, like so. And now that we have one half of this little sandwich thing, I can grab the entire thing. Flip. I guess I won't flip it. Copy the entire thing. Eliminate the chemical plants. Then flip it. Place it down like so. What's that name? What? Oh, I know. Yeah, I know why. Fix that. I deleted the modules. Plans, go about there. Kind of funny that it's done it like that. There. Yeah, but the game is preemptively refusing to rotate. That's why it's doing it. That way it doesn't accidentally mix fluids. Kind of annoying, but that's the way it is. Sorry, I didn't get you earlier. You're new here. Why are so many roboports so close? So the idea of this build is it's a self-contained robot network, and it maximizes the charging power and minimizes downtime. It makes this a very... By packing the roboports or the bot network in this way, it makes it super efficient. the more robot ports you have, the more charging available, so the faster that they charge, basically. So whenever you want to have a bot network, you really want as many robot ports as possible. There is kind of, I think, I seem to remember an equation of how many you need was actually derived at one point, but I can't remember what it is now. I think Madzuri actually had a calculation for it, and I did actually work it out at one point. It's like a bots to... Oh, that's it, it was bots to roboport, something like that. Pretty clever. Let's add 2 stacks. What is that? 700. 900. Next step is to add trains. In theory, what is this? This was 112, I think? 112, yeah. In theory, this actually does all that I need it to. The reason I want to do actual trains is it gives an idea of how long it'll take for a train to cycle relative to how fast the build is. Because that's quite often a problem with these bot sandwich builds is in the time it takes for the next train to come round, things are already completely drained out, or most of the way drained out. So the thing is always just running slightly starved. Push that down a little bit further because I think it's going to collide with that. I mean, I could just move it out the way like so. That works too. Yeah, as I was saying, that I like and prefer to simulate these with a full load unload cycle if I can. Because without it, don't know whether or not it can actually be cycled. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, there's some trainikins over here somewhere. I mean, I did do it here, but I knew it was going to be slow enough. I say, if I can make use of it. Realistically, I probably don't need to fill with these with nuclear fuel, and in fact, probably better. That way I don't need to refuel them constantly. Rocket fuel is better for long distance travel, but it's a very specific situation when you need to travel like hundreds of thousands of tiles. Then rocket fuel is actually better than nuclear fuel, otherwise just use nuclear fuel. Right, we're going to need these chests here. Let's start with this many. How did Veldak win that again? Supposed to see his... Oh, I suppose he did get one... No, wait, Skull getting drummers right. So yeah, you with sulfur. About here. Set that to sulfur, like that. Big train's big, mind you. What's the plan for Saturday? Saturday's a weird one. I haven't even thought that far ahead yet. You can tell I'm tired. I'm struggling. Struggling to think. Get rid of these as well for now. I'll have to re-add them eventually. What do I want? I want a combinator. Yeah, at some point I was hoping, and ideally I was wanting to do a multiplayer game. I don't know if I'll be able to do it this weekend, actually. Dark day in the history of ice. Path of Exile's a not thinking game? I struggle to believe that. Struggle to see the thingy in that. Boop. We've got to actually set train stop limit. So we're going to enable the train stop whenever it gets low. Zach Brown, Nico the money? Sure. And then something sensible. Unload. Empty. Automatico. Pleaseico. Child tomorrow night for a night and then have to head back. Shooting capture card and USB audio input issues. Okay. This is going to be a slow unload, isn't it? It's not one of those little USB plug-in audio microphone things, is it? Analog audio microphone things. Because I had one of those and it was always problematic. I don't know where it went, actually. I put it away somewhere and I don't know where it went. Expand this to 4 then. How much we got? 75k. One thing we are missing is a little bit of the old water. This here, brush. Make that brush a little bit bigger so it's actually usable. So, I think I got that one too close as well. It needs to be like that actually. And in which case, I'm going to need some offshore pumps if I can see them. There they are. Start with one. Yeah, see, I've done the other one too close. So fix that. That's what landfill's for. Oh, sort of, but not really at the same time. And there. Can't pop these things down. Yeah, early on I remember doing something with, I think it was the old previous headset of this came with a little USB to microphone headset analog thing, and I couldn't use it. Like I couldn't have it running and other things at the same, and the creative sound card at the same time. It's weird. Even though technically you should be able to. I think there's a thing about Windows and routing multiple audio devices. Alright, next one, or before that, you fix this up. Technically this is a bad idea, pushing this so far down. Also, I didn't flip it, the other one, and I should have. And I should have done that. What I'm going to do is ignore that, and then fix it afterwards. Hopefully I'll actually remember to do so. Rotate 3.5, big Dan tested, but the USB mic works on his game. Weird. The batteries can stay with only the 2 inserters. Oh, you know what? Take them, plop it down there, and then I can loop these here. Don't worry, we got all the technical terms here. Flopping and flooping and flamtificating. All of this stuff down right where it needs to be. Hey, I remember to loop it over to the other side. This isn't the final form of what it needs to be. I need to cut it. That up. Put that down. And pastificate that. Right about there. 8 times. 7 and 8. Dominant wide half the day after tomorrow, so I'll poke around the web, see if there's anything you can pick up. Sounds like one of those annoying things. What was the second one? The second one was iron. I'll park it there. And park that there, and park that there. Iron. So... unfiltered items, please. Hopper. Boop. Like that. Oh, this one this is the battery's output, so I just delete whatever's there. That is fine. It's the wrong way round. We shall survive. There. I'll paste the names over them just to make it easier to name. Your unload copper. You, battery load there. I'm actually quite happy with this naming scheme. And you are unload iron, like so. So do you have a space in your name? Yes, you do. I thought that looked like there was a bit of much air gap there. You, burp. Empty, go there, load, full. You, there, full. You, there, empty. Away with ye. You, full. You, empty. Away with ye. Copper. That legitimately doesn't matter. You or iron. Right, what we're interested in is how many per minute this produces. And is it enough? Is it a failure? Probably. What are you on? You're short on that. So the problem is not enough acid. Fix, I was ignoring that slight issue and pretending it wasn't a problem. Okay, so we're overdrawing sulfur. How much is that making? 26. How much? What was the target? Target was 33. Okay, so we'll have to split this into 2, I think. Tell you what, since you asked nicely, I'll fix it now. That should be like that. There. Boop. Boop. And boop. wonder how these increase it. I mean, admittedly, if I didn't actually go to the trouble of fixing it, I probably never would have. Yeah, so it's pushing it really hard. I mean, it's doing 40k a minute. I was running out, I don't know. I mean, I could try speed boosting it even further. Add more beacons to it. It's kind of random how it's a few in the middle that are always the ones that run out. There is some logic to it because it always goes that way first. That way's direction 0 and then 1, 2, 3, something like that. It's like it always searches in cardinal direction starting from left and rotates clockwise. I say random and weird, but there is actually a logic to it. Yeah, I mean, it does the job. Doing the 40k a minute. How does our storage look? Mine is 700 batteries. I think it's just a matter of principle. It probably should have 2. The inversion overall with Windows drivers that cause USB dropouts, causing latency, sensitive parts such as it's not working, have issues. The noticeable drives. Interesting. I hadn't noticed anything lately, but it's not surprising. The curse and or cancer of the rolling updates. Whichever you prefer to call it. It's kind of annoying. Things keep alternating between a state of working and not working. Yeah, I think the sensible thing to do is to reduce this down a few. Let's tell you what, let's start. No, let's not pluck those out. I'll put those back. Start plucking a few out from here. See how that looks. Down to 13, so... what is it? 26. 104. Let's take away a second set. At 96. Oh, 48. I was thinking both sides. I was thinking both sides. It's still technically producing enough. 38k a minute. It's just that it's a little bit like... My thinking is... Yes, it's producing enough as it is, but the build is... Like, it's a lot of pressure in one place, and I'd rather have 2 slightly... Yes, that's 96. I'd rather have 2 of these, which run a little slower and a little bit more sensibly, than having one that's just running super hard. Super hard, super fast. Oh, you're a double stacker, aren't you? That's the other thing too, is that one of these is going to take forever to load. So move that up to there. Move that up to there. Three. 2. It's 2. Alright. Arguably, I wouldn't mind reducing it by a few more again. This is what happens when you design these by just shooting from the hip, but, I mean, it is possible. There's nothing wrong. Nothing inherently wrong with it. Just means there's a lot more trial and error involved. But if that's what you want to do, you can do it. Shouldn't let anyone stop you. Yeah, we're simulating again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Now I should be doing like, yeah, 35. Running. You're running. You wouldn't be. That's enough to shut it down. Seeing production of sulfur. Well, they're telling me, unless it's counting this production now. No, it shouldn't be. I don't know where the production's coming from. Hey, yes, Jens, sorry. Missing some southeast beacons in the battery build between the two platforms. I am, yes. Thank you. Just making sure it's all looking good otherwise. Yeah, I think it is. 36. What was the target? I think the target was actually 36. Yeah, 36.6. This is probably slightly under it. But as I say, I'd rather 2 of these, which are slightly smaller. I mean, I'd even argue that I'd go even smaller again. Maybe reduce it down to 20. And then have 2 of them that way. I mean, these trains are going to be loading for freaking forever. I mean, I could camp them, but I'm not going to. What's being used? 400. So I'm not actually using that many. How is the logistics situation? I know. 5, 4, 3, 2. So it's about going down 1,000 every 2 seconds thereabout. What is this? 96. It was. What did I say? It was the 12. I reduced it down to 10. What was the this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. It was only 8, so I'm more or less shrinking it back down to what it was in the end. Yeah, I'm gonna take it as is. It's not too crazy. This thing, it's not too crazy. Interesting, they actually took away from those before taking away from the... Are you supposed to take from these first, then the storage? Or is it storage first, then provider? That was a whole lot. Yeah, it is storage first, then provider. Down to 36. 35,000. I think that's seems like a more realistic number. From what I'm seeing, at least. The spread stays good and proper. Admittedly, eventually the train's going to get stuck. Train's going to get stuck. I might even get rid of that logic. Just have them always here. Alright, for now though, let us capture this. This is our batteries for the FE situation. Batteries. 36k base. Save this. So we try not to save over the actual save. Load this. Now I've got to play the landfill game. Because oh, what a fun game that is. Look at that. I have a fun way to do the landfill game. Oh dear. Could make that into a mining minigame, you know. I think I extended it a bit further than I needed to. Fine. I'll just drop it there then. During the landfill game. There we go. One space for one battery build. And we'll do 2 of these, as I say. Oh, fishies. Nearly murderated the fishies. Nearly. Managed to save them in the end. At least most of them. Yep. Pretty confident that I did actually step on a few. Right, what's blocked? I mean, it just says cannot build here. Doesn't even say cannot build on water. Probably the offshore pumps. Just complaining about. 2, 3. Coming through, no good. You'd hate to be all like, there's no train on these tracks, and then have a train just whip on through. That'd be really embarrassing, wouldn't it? Oh, that's happened now. One piece. One piece away. Okay. Next step is probably a radar. In this case, it's a super duper duper radar, which lets you see everything within a 4 square kilometer radius. The other thing we need is one of these kajigas. All this business. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit right there. Like I was somewhat hopeful that it would. Well, you can go here then. Top of that. Oh. One day I should fully integrate that, you know. Where's my thingy? Rolled over it like 4 times. There it is. There it is. Got over like 4 times. You, sir. Train majig. I need 1, 2, 3, and 4 of you. And you, Lord Landfill Train, you need to come back here for me, please. I need your services. Temp stop. Oop. Park it here. Or not. It's okay. Crafty Stone, how you doing? Hi. Every day, I get closer to adding a Wii sound effect. And the thing is, I think you can guess which particular Wii sound I'm thinking of. Can't? Well, that's on you, I guess. Because you should know which Wii sound I'm referring to. Okay, we need a little bit more of that there, a bit of a curve, a bit of a wangle dangle angle, strangle, I guess, call it. And there, you saw, and a Yusa, and a Yusa. And there we go. He has Kajika. Now, you don't have train stops, which is unfortunate, so we're going to need 3 more. Annoyingly, I'm going to have to set up more pack stops. Apparently these didn't inherit any names. Tell you what, I'll just make them by hand. I was going to copy and paste them, but I was like, you know what, I'll just... E on that one never works. For some reason... Oh, I do need to copy that one, however. This one I do need a copy of. Like that. We are supply... batteries. No E, damn it. Yeah, for the packs, I need to actually go through every PAX train and update them, which is mildly annoying. Supply, however, I can just add that. Above you, I reckon. Now, it's aware of the connection, but it's not actually connected. Hello, train. How you doing? Bye-bye, train. See you later. Alright, so this thing carries a few odds and ends, so I can start up this crap. Like so. I mean, they're doing the important things first and fetching the fish. Unfortunately, there's no storage chests. Put them in. Yeah, storage chests though. Supposed to have storage chests, I'm pretty confident. Yeah, sure, whatever. We don't need builds, we don't need assembly machines, we don't need builds. Sure, why not? For that crap. 200, 200. We're not stingy on those anymore. Do, however, need chemical plants by the buttload. Sure, why not? Entire crew got wiped out. Damn. Damn, Sean. Yeah, we'll bring that crap in. It's all meant for that purpose. Kira, hi, how you doing? Hello. Have active providers. Much in the way of that. Do them. Was there... Actually requesting these either, I don't think. 40, and I did put 40 there, I put 40 down. We also want pipe. Gotta have our pipe. Like so. Doing okay. It's hot as balls today. Got off early works. That's a plus. That is very much a plus when it's hot as balls. I was saying earlier, it's been hearing a lot about this being super hot lately. Do you not just not have anything useful on you? Or trainikins? Well, I guess we're dumping the contents of this train in random chests. I mean, this place is going to need a lot more Logibots at some point. I should request those too. 36 on the way home. That's getting a bit spicy. Yeah. Oh, you keep appearing and disappearing because there's no thingy for you. That's why. You get out of here, please. Besides, we need another one of these. So I'm gonna do... Actually, before I do that, we need more fish. Very important that I actually gather up the fish. Or anything else. We must gather up all of the fish that we can. To the super hot car as a free sauna. Now, one little thing I need to tweak. Just turn around quickly so you don't see anything incriminating. Also find the stupid... There it is. It's probably not supposed to do that. People might ask questions if they see that. It's true, it is actually ghosts, and that's why it's doing it. There we go, you can turn back now. So there's my strategically placed landfill, which managed to preserve just the right amount of water so we could put the offshore pumps in. Pretty good effort, wasn't it? There we go. Right, so we're going to copy and paste that. We're going to include tiles. I don't want that pole in particular. And we're going to go place it down. Hopefully out of range of the other one. I know, right? It takes a lot of skill and care and attention to get those just right. Right there. Yep, goes the landfill. And the hope is I can drain most of the landfill out of my inventory, or it accidentally goes over the top of all those fishies. Important. I also want to grab. What a coincidence! I know, right? I planned it out very carefully and managed to pull it off. Wait, that's my trees and rocks only one. This is my everything including fish one. Landfilling makes you nervous? Half an hour to go, and hopefully we'll get the yellow packs going. My hope today was to get the yellow packs up and running. How are we looking in terms of deliveries? Actually getting out into the wider system. Yes. You're on your way. Okay, so... oh yeah, the fuel train... Oh. Why did you just... leave? I didn't add a condition, did I? I completely forgot. I'll just type it in. 60 and 10. So you come back here, please. That's why I kept zipping back and forth. There we go. Now you got inserters. You should be happy now. A helping hand and take away your bots too. Then goes everywhere it's safe, and when it's not safe when it's one-time mistakes. Okay, and you're receiving fish, as you should. You're receiving fuel, as you should. 30, 40... and done. Let's blep all this out. This place built. Fortunately, this place, the way it's designed, it doesn't matter so much. Doesn't matter so much the wagon balance. Fish liquefaction, so we can turn fish into fuel. It's like you make whale oil out of it or something. Alright, little fishies, come to me for salvation and incorporation into my fish counter. Indoctrination? Fish are friends, not fuel. Allegedly. Hold more landfill that way. Fish a taste. Oh, well, kind of tasty. I mean, given the option of never eating fish again, I wouldn't be too bothered. I think it's a little too soon for that. Just try not to accidentally go over the top of the the thing that I wanted to try, the openings I want to try and protect as well. Don't drink. Don't only do they make love in it, they also pee in it, they poop in it, they lay their eggs in it, they do everything in it. It's disgusting. Crazy, isn't it? They just don't care. They just do everything in it. It's like water is just a giant toilet to them. Don't want that one though. So we shall get rid of it. Yep. Oh, so fishies. Say the same thing about here. That's true. Birds, they're all over it. They even poop in the air. Amazingly, you wouldn't think such a thing would be possible, but yeah, they poop in the air, ruining the air for everyone. I thought I meant these didn't join. If I had the thingies, I'd be able to check that. I don't have the thingies. You know, being off by a few tiles isn't too bad. Even that actually is a perfect spacing. I couldn't have planned that. I could not have planned that if I tried. New LED lamp directly over the walkway. Under each lamp, there's a bird skin. Dear. Marking its territory. Missing from here. Inserters. Also 2 light bulbs. Yeah. There we go. Inserters are done. The train's taking fish back. How's our fish counter now? We're at 96,000 now, so we've gained an extra 6,000 fish. Which is nice. Very nice. It's tempting to get the build train out and use it to lay some landfill down. try and help this along, and hopefully not totally incompetently. It should get done in a fair amount of time. There we go. Oh, hello, AK. How you doing? Two, three, four. We go. Oh, that's no good. Yeah, I did air gap it correctly. There we go. Alright, fishies. Time for you to get rescued. What's it missing? Just chem plants and crap. Constant combinators. Is there something else waiting? I don't think so. Yeah, now I just got to wait for it to build up. Hey, Ping, what's this game? This is a fishing simulator game. So it's all about mining fish, or capturing and catching fish. Where the purpose of the game is you build up a factory to improve your fishing tools, so that you can eventually automate the process of fishing and delegate it out to these little robots. So you start out in life, you scoop up the fish one by one, and then eventually you'll be sending these guys out to harvest entire oceans all in one hit. With absolutely brutal efficiency. Like so. It's amazing. It's really random like that, isn't it? Is it like Satisfactory? Yeah, it's like Satisfactory, except it's a top-down perspective. IP65? That would be ideal, wouldn't it? Yes. Work is slowing down again, is it, for you? How you doing anyway? Penguin was the follow-up question to all that. Is while I was rambling on about this game actually being a fishing game. People are just everyone's just blatantly copying Satisfactory now, aren't they? I mean, admittedly, at the same time, Satisfactory is really just an overly elaborate Sanctum 3. Speaking of overly elaborate things, I've been looking at audio interfaces again. I had my eye on one before. I forgot what it was. What was it? It was it was one of this. It wasn't as stupidly big as what I was looking at last time, but it's still got a fair few inputs on it. I kind of want to see what the digital input, how that behaves if I was to plug a PC into it. I know in some circles it's called ADAT. Not entirely sure how that's derived. I suppose digital audio is kind of a mess. Agent is waiting for the 2SC to start up in the fall. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were waiting for the fall season. What, 8 was tapes? I know, who'd have thunk it? But then again, the professional audio scene, like most professional scenes, sort of invents their own sort of weirdo little things that exist only in their world. Certainly not unique to just professional audio. We're a quarter to 10 already. Not good for timing. All the bots you got. 24 chemical plants. Looks like inserters and more chemical plants. So that's a lot of wrapping in the form of boxing. I think I've got all the boxes though, by the looks of that. Yeah, it's just inserters. Let's crank up this to 100. Ooh, moving as well. Now these things got these and I need to do stuff. Batteries. Unload. Empty cargo. Doop doop. Yeah, so at the very least they have an unload right now. That's not entirely what I wanted to type in. Load. That's right. Yep. Well, then Europe's not worth it, eh? Load batteries. Cargo. Hmm. Oh yeah, Scarlet 8i6 is what I was looking at. That's not too overkill, is it? It's like the only interface I can find where the ins and outs are actually WDM compatible and not just Bizarro ASIO. Oh, you're back. Le train is back. 8i6. 2i2? Admittedly, I was kind of interested in it just because of the digital in. As far as line inputs go, it's probably more than I'll ever need. I mean, it has 2 microphone and then um, 2 pairs of instrument ins. Hey, creepy. Creeping on in. I got my junk back? I think so. Resting. What's an... there's probably something missing, isn't there? I'm not getting stuff, it means I'm missing the thing to make the stuff. Pollution filters, missing plastic. Didn't I do plastic? You don't get coal. Ah. See, there was a reason I set these up. There's a reason I set these up. Set limit, please. Coal. Coal trains in yet? That's great. One of the few interfaces besides Behringer that allows you to route inputs however you want. Can you do that with the... So the only reason I wasn't really keen on the Behringer ones because as far as I could tell, you could only get a pair of WDM compatible ins and outs, like the Behringer. What is it? The 40? What is it? The one with the 4 in 4 outs? The third and fourth inputs seem to be ASIO only, so that you can only route them into like Reaper or something. Do a massive Moto thing with like 16 inputs. Never used more than like 2 of them. Send oscillator frequencies to bug them. Size audio thing, accepts line in, USB-C, Bluetooth audio, spits out the other up to 50 channel, neighbor will love it. That's quite a kajigger. I'm going to need to rearrange the coal situation. The THX thing. To see if you can the mini earthquake. It's like the THX thing on The Simpsons where the it's like tearing the building apart, and then it's Grandpa Simpson yelling to turn it up. Can't hear it. Only a basic roboport. That won't stand now, will it? Wasn't actually connected to the RoboNet, so that's fine. That when they're doing us for not doing is reasonable. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it was reasonable to ask you to knock it off, and if you did, you did. Eventually. Any robots either, mind you. Which is probably lacking in the robot frame department. Yeah, robot frames. You know what that means? I have a thingy for it there, right there actually. Small interface, has routing options like personas is all blocked behind a paywall of apps. Where's the Scarlet? Yeah, but that's the problem with the. Is it? No, that's not a personas. But I remember coming across that with personas before. This is a focus, right? That's right. Can't do anything with it. It's 2 in, 2 out, and that's it. Can't touch anything else. The routing is terrible on it. Split back right about there. Staring at you in the bottom corner there. Bye. In fact, that stupid blue screening interface that I encountered many years ago now was a Presonus. Only worked with a specific version of Pro Tools it came with, and blue screened the PC if you plugged it in. Quality hardware, that is. Quality drivers even. Admittedly, you pay for the privilege with the Scarlets. And the, what's the other one called? I can't think of it. Claret. The Claret ones. You pay the privilege for that one too. Claret tax. Go XLR. That thing only works if you're on, as long as you're online. It has a few annoying quirks too. But the Go XLR is actually like the perfect piece of hardware otherwise. Because it's got the right inputs. It's got the... Like it's got like your proper, your little 3.5 jacks for line ins, and it's got an optical in, which is actually really nice. It's got the right number of inputs, but all of the effects, as far as I understand it, you need to be online for it to work. It's cloud-based. There's also, I linked the mixer in Discord as well. It was actually a really interesting looking mixer. What was it called? It was a Allen and Heath mixer. It just lacks routing options though, because it doesn't really have any mixing buses. And its routing options for the audio interface are kind of limited too. That thing kind of has a mixing bus, but also kind of doesn't at the same time. Okay, we're just down to chem plants now. I didn't really accomplish what I was hoping it would accomplish. Alright, so these trains are built. So you go, and you go. Everything's combined mixes with macro buttons. See, the thing that I always was keen on is mixer. Things like tablet-controlled mixers were the thing that interests me. So instead of having this big giant console, you can not necessarily wirelessly, but in some way remotely control the mixer. So you don't have this massive console. It's something. It's basically the mixing head unit is something that can be mounted in a rack where it needs to be, and then the control can either be some kind of tethered, ideally some kind of tethered thing. That remotely drives it. Avia Media. Oh, that's yeah. Avia Media recently released a thingy. Thing. Yeah, Avia Media. What was it? Let's have a look. Yeah, they did a new like mixer thing, didn't they? I seem to remember that because it was a big deal. Livestream and Nexus. So crew got wiped out. That's no good. Is it the Nexus? Yesterday, I read some history about penguins. Aussies were boiling them to get the oil. Rendered 3 fires a day and used the additional fires a day to keep the fire burning. Yeah, penguin and whale oil used to be a thing. Have to give it a look, I think. AVM Media do a lot of interesting stuff. Oh, I'm looking at the caster. I got curious on the caster as well. That's also an interesting product. The next, oh, this, I just make a point that these kind of websites are really annoying. Like, instead of just telling me, it's just blah, 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 all photos and things. I mean, I'm kind of blazing through it and not really let's see. You know what? I think this is actually doing. It's filling the with the let's see. Can we just see a picture of the back? Like, less crappy pictures, please. Is that too hard to ask? Got the weeb mouse mat thing going on. All the audio stuff is just routing audio within the computer and selling over price controls. Pretty much. It's all about the control surface. Code 10. Cannot start. Go. Download manager. Oh, it's where you get the crap. That's alright. So USB 2. That's actually already really interesting in its own right. A lot of interfaces won't do USB 3 to have RGB, but surely it's got to have RGB. As it turns out, USB 2 has much lower latency than USB 3 without a lot of hackery. Because there's so many more layers in that lasagna that makes up USB. It's combi jack, 3.5mm plug, optical toslink. That's something that I am interested in for if I was to go to interface/mixer. Streamers don't care about 3 or 2? No, they don't need to worry about the latency. It's just interesting because USB 2 is actually data rate's really high enough to need you. Oh, there's also that, but USB 2, it's a lot easier to get low latency stuff going. So they tend to use it. And USB 3 has a lot of other weirdness going on. It used to be the case that the first generations of USB 3 had to forcefully re-enumerate every few hours. Like, it'd just go off. What the thing is, the link would stop, or the transaction would just stop working, and the controller would have to re-enumerate the devices and reset them. Kind of dumb. There's a lot of things just dumb about USB. I mean, that sample rate and bit depth is kind of low for audio stuff. Like, that'd be 32-bit or something, I imagine. I mean, arguably, there's not much point going much beyond that. 5-inch IPS screen. There you go. There's your RGB. Oh, center negative. You sneaky bastards. Going full Yamaha on us. Straight 480p. 2K downscaled. I mean, it's already a bit problematic. I mean, this is already zoomed in too. There's that too. So mic in, line in, console in, computer in. The hell's computer in? 3 virtual audio tracks. I suppose they mean 3 pairs. Center negative means... hang on. Do I have an example on hand? There. One of these barrel jacks. The center pin of it is negative. Typically, on 95% of these, center of it is positive. A few people, few companies tended to invert that. is mute button on when lit's up or off? That is an excellent question. Or does it change color? So this thing is a combi jack. Speaker, line out speakers, line out headphones, audio, so microphone in, line in, optical. I mean, those are all you really need. GB. So what does the front of it look like? I mean, I'm very interested in the optical input because I would use that. 3.5 jack. Dedicated switch to make it easy power from this once you're done creating. Looking the USB. I hate that text. I hate their justification for the power switch. It's got this whole thing. It's trying to be like a Stream Deck as well. I mean, it's got everything that you want. Optical jack at the end of the 3.5. Ugh, I forgot about that. I like how I got completely distracted on this. Yeah. Admittedly, I'd seen it, but I hadn't looked into it. Yeah, that is basically a better. Alright, you making plastic anyway? Making batteries. Making modules. Making bigger batteries. Moving swiftly along. I'd like to get this thing done sometime soon. I mean, it is 10 o'clock right now, so I was hoping it would get done by now. I only need 40, but I'm going to ask for 60. Oh, right, that's that thing up there. I'll go 42. It was 40. Yeah, it was 41. So it's very likely I actually do have that many on hand. I am also competing with this train. 23. You... Move out. Let's get her done. See who gets there first as well. I think I'm going to win that battle, although it's going to be close. Even though I had the train had to come from there all the way round, and I just went straight down that way. It's still got here quicker. Right, that's that done. Almost. Just needs to insert the thingies. And then we just need them. Grab that. $298, $379. I think it's time. What were you? You were that. Unload. Buzz. Problematic that there is only 3 of them. It's more. I'm going to say some. I'm probably only going to do 1. Or 2. Do 2, just in case. I'll leave those coal trains for now. You should be iron, which it certainly is. Iron there, and here, like that. Stop names, please. So yeah, they I mean, overall, I'd probably still lean towards the Scarlett 8i6, going back to the whole topic of interfaces and crap. Can use for control, which is both software and the app, gives you the control, loop back in headphones, input outputs. Should be out routing, broad scale interface. It looks like you can fully map everything from what I can tell. Admittedly, I'm just kind of like realistically, like you get the I think it's the 4i4. Like I could get away with that, but I'm just kind of interested in the digital interface. Be nice if I could do something with it. Meow. Just the robot pulls vomiting bots. Right, you away with ye and away with ye. I think it, like if I can if I can put anything on a digital audio path, I would very much prefer it to be on a digital audio path. Eee, trains. Crap. You're not set up correctly. I tell you what, you hold it there for a tickle. You off. So we can correct this slight snafu. Right, we're not keeping circuits. We are keeping that. We are keeping that. What else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. Let's find out. When you're almost maxed out, you are maxed out. $29. Boop. 79. Boop. 504. 500's actually all being used. I probably need to get some upgrades going on. I don't think realistically it should need much more than 500. Also very tempted to turn those off. So we can just trash those out. Oh, that's just the light flashing. Okay. I was looking, I was like, that's just the light. Why is that light flashing? Are we running out of power? No, it's fine. All fine. Right, so we're making 35,000 batteries a minute, which is what we want. Consuming quite a lot as well, as you do. Destination full, yep, sure, that's fine. That blade burned through that in no time. How are we looking in the sulfur department? That's coal blocking up that. Oil train I saw just zipping on by. Why are those slower? Technically they shouldn't be slower. Technically. 2431. Yeah, it's just made less. 30.6, 33.6. You can tell by the total products. So 2427, 2431, 23, so it's way under. 4638. Should be all within like 10. 24227. Hmm. Unless the only thing I can think of is it's not getting a good supply of oil. And that's why it's slower. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Set train sublimit 1. I'm gonna turn that off. Yeah, in theory, the only reason it would do that is if it didn't get a good supply of oil. Negative 519. Barely even a quarter of the way there. As long as there's something available, it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't, I say. Doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't. $560. One was 504. But for now, slowly building up. Almost halfway. Like, the game has pipe pressure, but also sorta doesn't at the same time. Because the pipes are really just like a storage tank. As long as there's enough there for it to take, then it can. I'm actually really happy with this build. This is a really nice build. It's, yeah, so what do you get with a neighbor by neighbor dynamic thing going on? Oh yeah, I never did the lubricant thing that was here. I completely forgot about that. That's actually problematic. That reminds me, over here actually does need lubricants. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, hello train. Hello other train. Hello other train. Oh, we got the strength. Very likely. Well, looks like I'm intended to plug it in. In fact, where did I intend to plug it in? Probably on top. Probably, if I was to guess. Something like that. Ready? Boop. Please. Copy that. Do an exterm. Mean walk on a train, insisting there's no trains on the track? Blame his deaths on multiplayer? Thinking of getting Astroneer. I've always... they never... Well, it is sort of multi-threaded, but it, like, it is... I believe it is kind of multi-threaded now, but it's not the original plan. It's sort of halfway there. I don't 100% know for sure, though. Thinking of getting Astroneer? That was the original thought, then I got distracted. It's an interesting game. It's never really grabbed me, though. I mean, saying that, I got Autonauts, and I never got anywhere with it. It was cool. The programming thing was cool for a bit, but the novelty wore off. It's funny, I actually thought about that fairly recently. I played Autonauts and then just never got back to it. Alright, you can't do that. How about... Not that. I need to rework this whole entry system again. At that. No, that doesn't work. How about you then come down like that? Factorio doesn't let you crossplay between Steam and Game Pass unless you buy a server. That's kind of rude. Actually surprising how much they're investing in crossplay now. This crossplay is not easy. At least that's my understanding, is it's actually very difficult to implement. Getting games to work, agree with one another across multiple platforms. Not trivial. Look at how much of a struggle Factorio goes through, how much trouble Factorio's been through just getting it to talk with Mac versions and Linux versions. I mean, first play, people dodging things in multiplayer, single players. Yeah, that one. Game Pass, Xbox use need a verified server to connect instead of a Steam multiplayer, even though you don't want to run. Yeah. So got to make money out of it somehow. Force people to use their dedicated. Downside is that these aren't actually running yet, so I won't get any lubricant out of them anyway. There we go. We change this to lube and lube. Lube load. Shipsy, how you doing? Hi. I'm really going overtime right now. Some more chains. What's the issue with that? Let's try that thing I was gonna do, where I actually do that. Like I'm there. Doesn't really matter where they are. And we're putting petroleum pipe against the other ends. I'm adding lubricant pickup. So yeah, you're actually right. I do need. You actually reminded me I do need to flip all these as well. So I had this whole lubricant system in, but I just never finished it. Sort of forgotten about it. I feel like there's a bit of an issue here. It might actually explain a lot. These aren't even plugged in. That's not so fine. That's seems like I only started doing this and then probably forgot about it. Oh, wrong thingamajigger. Yeah, you gotta love how I doubled the beacons there too. This time around, I don't want to do it alone. Should point me to a place where I get like-minded people to start a new game. Yeah, generally recommend the Factorio Discord for finding random multiplayer games. These days, I don't recommend jumping in random games anymore. It used to be fun. And a lot of people are a little bit more high-strung than they used to be, and also there's a lot more modded games now. It used to be one of my favourite pastimes, just jumping on a random game. Alright. Now I just need to get some water pumpage going. So thankfully I once again managed to pre-plan out the landfill so that there was room for pumps. Otherwise this would be a massive pain in the ass. Having to try and figure out how to undo landfill. That would be terrible, wouldn't it now? Having to undo landfill. Redmu and Comfy groups? Yeah, there are also dedicated groups like Redmu and Comfy. Doesn't Redmu admittedly also sort of do specific stuff, or are they do regular games as well? I don't normally get to see what they are up to. To really comment on what they normally work on. These friends' hexagons wouldn't be so bad. I mean, I do want to do a hexagon base myself. It can't possibly be that bad. I need one of them. Have one of them? I don't know if you do. Yes, you do. Excellent. Just need to copy a real one. Now, I was just wondering if they did any sort of more general stuff as well. Megabase, hey! You're doing... oh crap, we're like almost half an hour overtime now. Just want to get this thing... The objective of today was getting yellow signs running. And damn it, I'm going to get it running. Oh, you're too big. That's why. There we go. Choke points. Perimeter always grows by a square law, which is more strict in normal map gen. Surviving Mars. I need to play Surviving Mars. Maybe we'll do that sometime soon. Sometime non-specifically soon. And we're getting it made. Trouble is, it's also turning it into gas. Which is also turning into rocket fuel. This thing might need some work. I think it needs to drain some more petroleum gas by the looks of it. Hey, it's a nib. How you doing? Yeah. I can tell I'm going way over time by all the people appearing that's normally the wrong time for. Ah, you need to be lubricant. You also need to be less than or equal to 0. There. Also do a bit of equalizing this way. So. You see it really rushing through and then it slows down. Lumber cache, isn't that good? Soon TM patent pending valid, except where void. Dear. Are these stopped yet? Yeah, they're all stopped. It's going to be an interesting one. Don't need to. You can redeem them with channel points. Away with ye. You've gained a battery thing. Now all I need is a lubricant thing. Plugs in there. Somehow. And somehow I get lubricant in there. I could actually send it around the back. Is that a good idea though? Do I want to send a train round the back for it? Kinda do. This thing's also wonky as all balls. Take it you're all maxed out. Yes, yes you are. You should probably have chests too. Probably. I'm not going to add them. Probably should. You know what? You load. Still load. It's done wrong, but I have it. There. Red Knight, how you doing? What is the automatic combinator for? The pumps? Oh, that's to help balance out the, let me go back over there. I'll show you. It's there to balance out the distribution across the tanks, this thing here. And so what it does is it takes an average of what's in here. If you've ever seen a balanced loader before, it's basically the same thing but for tanks. Unfortunately, I had it set wrong, so it didn't act. So it was doing the logic was backwards to what it should have been. But yeah, it basically a balanced loader for liquids. Same thing over here. So it's doing the same thing for the oil. It's unloading it. So when the train leaves, it'll drain the tanks relatively evenly. Train. No. Because you know how oil normally is, where it's, where it tends to always fill one tank. I don't think this is actually being tested in this build. No, because it's only 3. Yeah, no. Scooter. Hard time seeing the scooter. 130. Wow. Apparently, Veldeck beat you. Direct belt loading? It sure is. Probably should have chests, but I'm not going to include them. I was just thinking before. I mean, this thing will load so fast anyway. Most of these aren't going particularly strongly. This is all kinds of wonky. We're a millionaire again. Now that it's been running again, this thing. Yeah, see, it's filling these. It's working its way across, filling these tanks. Yeah, these are all. See, so this one, this is where the oopsie happens. Could probably flip this actually, and get it to transfer across. Yeah, so these are all around. This one shared oil a little bit, but you see, these are all like 22, 23. It's slowly balancing it out. This uses already present game logic to trigger a sprite destroy is pretty neat. Yeah, I mean they can do that now. Yeah, now they're all relatively close. They're all raising these up. But you see it's turn. You can see the little light there. It's still got these off. And these will turn on once these reach 40 as well. Can you not get here? No path. No path. Subalert? Nothing's gone off yet. The thing doesn't even say it's happened. Hmm. Yeah, it's possible. It's just kind of weird, and it doesn't work that well. Admittedly, it doesn't. It's problematic. Ah, an extra signal there. That's probably why those trains were getting closer. Or oh, you're no pathing. Oh, destination. Oh, that's train stop limit. That's why. There we go. No, I haven't seen. Like, there's no dashboard thing went off, and no chat notification went off. Like, I don't actually see. Hmm. Strange. Like, the thingy thing doesn't say there's a thing. Unless it's possible the API is broken. I mean, that I wouldn't rule that one out. And just like that, we'll slurp it all up. Oh dear. Well, if there was one, and that you got to see, clearly got the thingamabob. Huh. As I say, like the dashboard doesn't even say it went through. Like, and the chat thing didn't say you did anything. That's why I'm confused. That's really strange. You're kind of cheated now. It's not showing sub alerts. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Thank you very much for that. Now we resolved everything there, Nev. Now we know where it went. Oh dear. it just got stuck in the works there. Really have to share it? Yeah, that is the act of sharing. That's what sharing it does. Yeah, the yeah, the whole announcement thing is the sharing the sub. Oh, you don't have to tick. There's a little tick box that says whether or not you want to show the streak. It'll always show the length or how long you've been for, but the streak is the extra tick box. You don't have to show what the streak is. Let's copy this again. As mostly renew and payment. They wander off. They must. That must be a real pain in the ass to do that manually. Lube. Technically, the rocket silos are meant to be above me. I didn't actually check where the thing was. As a result, I'm gonna have to move this thing, I think. to make it line up. Go to bed at this rate. Or I could just do that. That works too. I mean, I could also investigate where the next tile is, but that's work. That's called work. Fair enough. Alright, the intersection. You have to find some tanks. Now though, I'll plug these in. Okay. Admittedly, what is it? It's like 64 silos that I need to build anyway. The silo space is probably going to be a lot bigger than what I got. Like, this will probably have to move up to like here, because this silo is probably going to fill this entire space here. It's a lot of silos. We'd also better change that. Before an oil train shows up. Oops. No extra space there. Silos needed. Thankfully, this one can actually get away with doing that. There's no obligation to balance it out. We'll require more Vespine gas. Isn't it the same effect on me, the StarCraft one? I don't know, the Command and Conquer one, the really weird sounding silos needed, always gets me. Bing. Unload Tificate, please, train. Destination full, of course. You know the Bob's Angels run with laser version walls. Sure to set up the refineries that work with different gases. A lot of the gases are called from Dad's work where they create the nylon. Oh yeah, real world chemistry is pretty brutal. I'm gonna save the game right here. It's almost it's 11:15. Okay. So here's a little thing I prepared earlier. Where we can release all the trains all at once. Like so. Isn't that pretty? And get this thing going. Oh, it's like I planned this thing. Uh-oh, no path. It's probably fine. No parking anyway. Have a path? Path. What do the other trains say? Loading up on circuits. Yeah, producing engines right here. Electric engines, which makes electric engines, which makes robo frames. Got the batteries for that now that we made today. Now you just need the low density structure, which it's backwards built. Well, that's only a small detail, really. I don't know how that happened. This was copy and pasted from something that was running. Oh, missing batteries. Ah, that old game. Again. Oh dear. I didn't even notice that the first time round. Oh, hello, train. That's awful close right there. That's, very close. Escape? Ah. I see. Hmm. You need a loading thing-a-majig. I'll make that 2 trains. Like the train, very much so. Can you go there now? Yeah, you can, yeah, because I doubled up on it. How are we doing on the production parts? We made it up to 24, then it died off. That'll be the lack of low density doing that. So it is kind of going. Real question is it even 1.3 d d d d d d d d? Yes, it is. Perfect. See? In comes low density. So, away goes the productivity. Getting closer to actually running it. Only 2 science packs away. Admittedly, having said that, we're running at 39k a minute. It's pretty good. Pretty good right there. We're consuming 800,000 circuits a minute. So we want to see that's making green circuits. Yep. 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 It's the green circuits right there. This one, oh, you're drained out. Excellent. I was waiting for these chests to rebalance themselves. There was a bit of a quirk going on there I had to deal with. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of double track there. What? Wait, oh, you're red circuits, aren't you? Sorry? The hell? Can you please hold it there for a minute? That way. Mining all the iron and copper? I don't have enough mining yet. I need to do an outpost blitz at some point. Admittedly, there is a lot of trains stocked up which have collected the resources. So I got that inertia going for me. 900,000 circuits a minute. That'd probably make power take a hit though. 26 down from, yeah, the idle's about 20. Hopefully the expanded power can still take it. Still going, isn't it? Oh. Out of low density again. No pathing. Oh, you are. Thing really needs an entry. This is why you need entry routers. Otherwise, that happens. Entry stackers, yeah, go back that way. Might as well round it up to 3 hours now, seeing as though it's almost there. Keklel. Right there. Well deserved drumming. I mean, it was a pretty glorious drumming right there. 2. Entry. Low density. Right about there. Every time. Not waiting for the bots. Need about this much track. 72. And as always, off by 1. We can go back to base. Okay, you 3. You got entry. You. I do a dumb. I hope not. I really hope not. The trains and entry. Yeah, so it gives them something to go to, and if there's an empty space, they'll just fly straight through because there's no orders to stop. Otherwise, oh no, I didn't do a dumb. That's fine. Yeah, see that one flies through. Next one will come and stop and wait. I can demonstrate that. I can release these now. Say that as I give it the wrong damn orders. Yes, there's the second one. Stopping now. Please? I send the other one? Entry. Entry. How are you for? Oh, your batteries. Fine. Yeah, because there's no limit on the entry stops. They will just pick whatever they can take, just like a normal stacker. They won't advance forward if both of these are full. It's pretty cool. I mean, I perfected this on the previous base. Perfected the idea of it, which I'm quite happy with. You might need more than 2. This rate. Yeah, I'll give it 3. I mean, this thing is such a... It carries so little. On something. Pretty done? No. What's going on here? We're not getting... Oh, crap. Ugh, side load. Why aren't you side loaded? I believe the technical term for that is balls. It's a Naomi problem. Train going. Not the way I want to go. At least it got me on the other side of the tracks. I can't do that, fix it remotely. I gotta go down there and fix it. Yeah. It's broken. It's fortunately it's only a single lane, so it is fixable. Yeah, because it's only one lane, I should be able to fix it. I mean, I can slurp up the lane. I can fix the side loading, then slurp the lane, and then reinsert everything into the leftover back into the beginning. That's my plan. Hopefully it pays off. Now which one is it? This one. Yeah, I'm gonna gain processing units along the way. I grabbed the wrong one. Yeah. Next step is to hopefully not die in the process of crossing those tracks. Schlep the belt. Doesn't even look like it's moving there. That's the thing that's incredible about it. It just doesn't even look like the items are moving. They are moving. Can kind of see it flickering. There we are. Okay, that's fixed. Yeah, now I've slipped all that up. That's that one. 8.2, yeah. It's much fuller than the rest. Hopefully it'll deal with it eventually. Take a trip, scooter shop downtown, see what they have to offer. Alright, have a good one, Neb. We'll be done in 5 minutes anyway. Yeah, that means this one's going to be all backed up as well. That alone is problematic. That too. Speed up the exchange. It means that one's always going to be behind. Ooh, am I going to have to restart on that one though? Can I get away with it? I mean, the way to fix it is just to hold off the loading for now. Oh, somewhere when it gets really hot. A heat dome? Not really. Summer is when the sky fireball tries to set you on fire. Ah, another big lunch. I don't actually have any signals here. Or anywhere, for that matter. Okay, I'm happy with that. So, I see no reason why I can't start loading up the labs. Because that's fun. I mean, there is researches to be done that don't need the packs that I don't have. But I want to do all of the sciences at once. I want to be able to queue them all up. There we go. And go. And on top of that, there we go. And then lastly, there we go. Let's save that again. So this is the final, apart from the two, the production and military sciences, which we'll fix on the weekend, and hopefully get this thing running. That's I'm hoping I can get this thing running on the weekend. There aren't too many more. So, yeah, they're all allocated to the first one. Right, so let's let the pack trains loose. Let's enable all of the production so far. So that means red's going to be going, green, blue. Those two won't be, and a bit more of this will be going. As for hot tub stream. I have a bit of a problem. Okay. How did I manage that? I mean, on the one hand, the consumption is pretty impressive. And the accumulated charge... Ooh, it's tight. We're running at 31 right now. We can't actually run all this production anyway, but yeah, that's... Okay, so we need to fix the labs. So that's no good. I thought those were right. Thought I did these. And everything. Thought I did these all up. Apparently they're 4 8s. 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 4 8 2, 4. Yeah, there's a 4, 8. Yeah, this is definitely a future me problem because it's now 11 past 5. It's 5 past 11, which means it's an hour and 5 minutes after I was supposed to end. So I need to end.